Hello and welcome to Let's Play campaign. Today we will play Planet of Lana 2 and we are currently on the chapter Cure, and within chapter Cure we are on the second mission. So we found out there are three medicines which we need to find. So we basically took care of the mountain medicine, and in this game we have to find the seashell medicine. So that is the mission for this game. Now because Mui cannot swim, we need something to carry her on the other side. Let's check if we have something below. So let's take a quick breath. And at the bottom you'll find this. So take this. So this essentially becomes Mui's transportation device. So now when you dive below, it closes and Mui can basically survive inside. That's a big plus because this entire mission is inside water and it kind of becomes tricky. So once we're on the surface, the plant opens and then Mui can basically get out. Now we have to, so this area basically is where we need to get Mui, because the passageway is blocked and Mui can unblock it. So for that we'll need to find again the plant which can transport Mui. And here it is. Remember to time your searches because this entire game is underwater and you can run out of breath and you can die in that process. If you don't use A for sprint, it will definitely ignite. And you can use Mui's power here by pressing the Y button, which basically then opens this. And resupply oxygen now so that we can keep diving. So down you have one more here, refill with that and go ahead, and there is one more shark here as well, so you can again refill. Now you need to time it again when the shark is looking at the backside is when you need to, and if you don't use A to swim faster, the shark will spot you. So it is important to basically use A. Now if you see, there is again those tentacles below. With the help of Mui we can basically go ahead, but let's see what is here on the other side. Okay, so actually I made a mistake. I should have got Mui with me. Okay, so use this to control the fish, and again we can sprint the fish to make it jump. There's a gap here. Okay, so why do we need this small fish is because we need to bring Lana and Mui here near the tentacles, because that is where the passageway is. Now we can hide in this cloud so that shark will not attack us. So we need to time it in such a way that we are hiding in this cloud, and that is why we need this fish. So that way, even if the fish sees us, we will have some amount of start to basically use Mui skill and then open the passageway. Now the way this fish works is whenever you use it, the previous place will basically disappear and the new one will appear. The previous yeah, so we can keep it here itself because I think this will be a good spot. And now we can press B, call Mui, and then let's dive. So timing is everything in this. So I think you can come from down also, it is much easier. And we have opened the passage. So take a deep breath and then go ahead. So yeah, with the ink, the shark cannot see. So then that's why we need to control the fish to control and create that diversion. Okay, now we go up. So we can't climb up from here. Let's go down. So now we can't go up here because there is this passageway is blocked. Now if you see again, those tentacles are there. So we need to send Mui to unblock those when we are actually taking the dive. So send Mui here.
Tamaki.
And now we take a deep breath and then we jump. Again, remember to keep pressing A. You can't hold A, it will not. You have to every time keep pressing A. Now we have to send Mui here, do the EMP attack, which basically opens this, and then we can come.
Olay.
So now if you see, we again have this electric plant. Now if you just go hover over it, it basically opens and goes up. But if you stay in its path, you will get an electric shock. So you have to be careful on how you go close to that plant. So we can call Mui here. And there's one more down. So one simple trick, if I have to tell you, is just swim across it. So when you are here, just press A and just swim across it. So swimming across will always ensure that you trigger it as well as you are never in the path. So again, just swim across it. Okay, so we can call Mui again. No, there's still something which is left. There's too much gap in between, so we need to get one more. And let's see if there is much gap here as well. Yeah, there is. So we will need one more here as well. So we need to find two more for Mui to go across. So here we have this one, and the shark has seen this. Okay, we have to do it carefully in order for the shark not to notice us.
Hola, Mui.
So this one is done. Okay, be careful. One more. And with the same shark. So this one is also done, but we can wait and time it properly. We already have oxygen supply, so we don't need to worry.
Hola.
And we are done. Okay, let's go ahead. We already have a flower now, so we can take it and then carry Mui. So wherever you see tentacles, you have to use Mui's power. Press Y to and hold Y for her to use her power. Always try to keep in mind that you have to keep breathing, basically. So go to the surface as soon as you can. And we see a giant fish across. Generally you have so these are well placed actually, so very rarely it will happen that you are out of oxygen. Now this is a huge area, as you can see, and we need to cut across and go.
Hola.
Okay, so we have to run across now, and we again have these fluffy balls. So if we get detected, again the the robots will kill the fluffy balls, and there is water ahead as well. So fire basically cannot go through that. The objective is to basically cross it. So we have to go the other side. Now we need to, so of course we cannot go on top of this, as you can see. So we need to time it and send this guy that side so that he can stick up on this. Now, again, if we are in that light, the robot will attack. So we need to be close to it and then try and jump to it. Oh, we missed that. So to when you are very close to it, then you can basically it will attach to it. There's no jump button, of course, for this, but okay, I think this one is fine. But if it is in close proximity and if you're pushing it in the same direction, it will basically hop onto it. What? Has to be here when it comes closest. Yeah. So we are taking lift on it and then we are hopping onto this. Now the objective is to hop onto this guy, but of course don't go inside the light, and we want to hop onto this. The objective is we will have to clear pathway for Lana and Mui to cross this. Now of course that fire has to get triggered also. That is the tricky part. But I think if we just stay there, then it will attack and that should trigger it. We need to just come here and then, oh, yeah, let's wait here. Of course, we have to line it up here as well, and that does it. So ask Mui to follow and then time it and go across. Oh no, just about. Door here, so then there must be a door at the bottom. So from here we can go down and check. And yeah, we have this box which Mui can basically do an EMP attack, and I see a door as well. Now all we need is something to carry Mui along. That is what we need to find out. And we found it. So we found the plant which can carry Mui around. So grab it and let's take supply again, and then we'll swing back to Mui. Take supply again, oxygen supply, and then head up.
Alright.
And now we can just swim across. We don't need to go underwater, and at the end we can then go down. Let's take oxygen first. This has opened the door. Why did I not see this? So it does not give any indication, but yeah, there will be a passageway. So you have to find it and then go through. So we'll take a breath here and then we'll go in again. Always take oxygen wherever available. You never know where you'll find the next one. So we have managed to get inside enemy's base. So we first see what does this do. So this brings this down and it blocks the view for the base. So we will let Mui stay here. We've already given that command and we'll basically go down and time us going to the left side with the lift. So run and time it. Now in order to reach up again, let the lift come. And call it up again, and now when it comes up again you can basically jump on it and make yourself go on. And we can call Mui. Mui can jump on top and it can basically come. So first, whenever you see this, bring Mui towards it. Blow the fuse to see what it does. So it basically lowers the stack. That's all it does. And then after a point it will basically open that again. So what we need to do is ask Mui to stay here and we will quickly pull this and keep it here. So we'll make ourselves as a bait. Now be ready to be in the standing distance of in order to jump up ahead, because we are the bait. Now Mui will lower the door and the spider will see us and attack us, and make sure you cross him and then we will block the spider. So now we can go up ahead. You can actually send Mui here. So that's the first part done. Open the door, hide, and run up. Call Mui along. So this is a ship basically. So we have finally got the same ship, the submarine that the villain one of the henchmen of the villain was driving. You will need Mui to power the ship, and with X you can control it, and if you want to exit then you can basically press B. So now we don't need to worry about oxygen anymore, we have got our own ship. So now we need to get out of here. So what the ship can do is, if you press A, then it has a magnet below it. So you can basically pull this up, which opens the door, and then you can leave it and then sprint across. And now we have a ship. No longer we need to worry about oxygen, and we can comfortably go in the ship. Alright, so now we saw one place where the other ship was going, enemy ship. So we will try and follow that same passage. And ship is much faster as well, so it is more convenient. You can press A for the ship to sprint. So now, very important to remember, whenever you see these three yellow lines, because again you'll find these in few places, always remember you need to push the door with your ship to open it. Otherwise you'll waste a lot of time figuring out where to go, because there's no switch, there's no lever. With this you need to push, and we have found the seashell. Now in order to open the seashell, as you see, it has some kind of electric current which is going through it. We need to figure out how to bring an electric current to this seashell. Now there is a place here, so we can basically park our ship, which allows you to exit the ship. So if you don't find a place like this, you cannot exit the ship essentially. So whatever you do, this option of B will not come for you to exit the ship. So let's go down. Now we need to figure out a way to pass on electricity to this seashell. Now we need to figure out how. So if you see, we have that electric plant down, so we need to somehow trigger it and bring it up. So that's the main thing which we have to do here. So this is a bit of long swim. Make sure you take it up and keep sprinting or keep swimming, otherwise again you will run out of breath. Take your breath first before approaching the plant. And like we were saying, the best way to approach this plant is just swim across it. That way you'll never be caught in its path. So now if you see, the electricity is passing through this beam, and we need to figure out a way to connect this beam to power with the seashell. Again, swim fast. Okay, so we see there are beams. There are two beams here, and there is one beam which is here as well at the bottom. So now we will go back to our ship, and because our ship has a magnet below it, we can use it to pick up this beam. So approach the ship, press X, and now you can drive. So go to the center and then press A. It will then catch hold of this piece. So we need to basically connect these beams in order for the electricity to pass through. So you can drop it now. So this is connected. All we need to do is connect this as well with this. And now the entire connection is set, and as you can see, this has opened the flower. So we'll go back, pop out of the ship and go and collect our flower. Seashell rather, not flower. And we have got it. So mountain flower we have got, seashell we have got. So 2 out of 3 medicine for Anua we have collected. Now head back to the ship. And we again see some sort of disturbance which is happening.
Veno, Mui. Isalti Ganwa.
So we head back again, push the door and head back up. I'm not sure if I skipped a cutscene, but so we need to find a way to get out. This is a dead end. So the way is somewhere else. So now whenever you get this prompt, that means there's something nearby. So we see there is this box which can be picked up, but let's figure out where the actual puzzle is. Okay, so we need to open this door, and there is some sort of puzzle here which needs to be solved. So these boxes need to be kept on top of these. The question is in what order. So if you head up, you will see there's a box on top. So first we need to collect that box. Also, if you see, it tells you the sequence of the puzzle. So you have the L, and then you have I with 2 dots, and then you have 3 triangle dots, and then you have is equal to sign. Now is equal to sign and the 3 dots are in the same line. So that which one to pick up, you will have to. There is a way to figure that out, and I'll tell you that. So, but first let's get the box. So we will exit the ship. Run and then jump. This will force the box to fall down, and then you can go back to your ship. So the first one has to be L, and then it has to be the I. So the first one is here, which has to be the L. So we will first get the L. So again we can press A which has a magnet. Uses magnet to basically get a hold of these boxes and then drop this on top of the power. So L and then you have I. Now let's go and get the other one. You have to keep pressing A or keep holding it, otherwise it will drop. So now if you see, your is equal to and triangle were both one below the other, but the clue here is that you see there is some plant growth, violet colored plant growth on top of this, which basically gives you an indication where to put it. This one does not have any, so that is your hint, because in the sign they are right below each other. It doesn't matter how you put the is equal to and other signs, so far as you're putting up the signs on the correct boxes. Now this has opened the door for us and we'll go ahead.
Veno Mui.
Looks like a giant city which has collapsed below water. Okay, our ship is acting weird.
Mui.
We see one more hinting between humans and the robots.
Veno Mui.
And we see one more. So again, you see these three lines. That means you can push it to open the door. You can jump on this. Call Mui also. Now, as you see, Mui was the one who's powering the ship. So as soon as Mui leaves the ship, then the power goes off. Okay, so now in this one, so we again see the electric plant. So use the same trick, go and swim fast across it. So what we need to do is again connect it with electricity. So if you rotate this and bring it to this side, basically it will get connected with electricity. Then you can leave it. The challenge now is the left one we need to connect with the one on the left. So top left to bottom left. So we will use Mui to fuse it, and then you can independently rotate this around. So you'll have to do it in 2 times. Again fuse it, and connect it. So this way the power has come now. And you can open the door. The door is open. Now we can swim across. And call Mui. Okay, we cannot jump there. That means we need to figure out a way to make Mui breathe. Oh, it can. Just okay, so that takes care of the passageway. We can take our ship across. See one more painting. It looks like this was their ship.
Dear, có lại.
We keep going down, and again we see boxes. We just have to pick this. I thought there are 2 of these, but you have to only just pick this, keep it on this, and we have a new painting. So it looks like a city, and I think this must be the city which has sunk down. So humans and robots used to live in peace together on this planet. Push through this, we see 3 yellow lines. So you see there's a switch below these, so we need to basically push it out. Push these to the side. And of course from the ship you cannot press that, so we will go up and we will dive down. And we will open the door. we have to go across. There is a passageway below us. We need to basically lift this. So whenever you see these yellow lines, it means you can basically lift it. We need to lift this, and because this was pushing down the lift, we let the lift come up completely. Go a bit higher, and then drop it and sprint. So why we are sprinting is there is a passageway which will open, but for a limited window. This is the passageway through which you need to go through, and we are through.
Menumui. Alay.
So these basically create a tune which will put the baby to sleep. But first you need to figure out what is the rhythm which you need to play. So we'll press this, which shows us the pattern and the rhythm in which this has to be played. So it is A Y Y A X. So A Y Y A X. So that's completed the first mission in this.
Mui?
That's complete. That completes the fourth chapter. Now we have the fifth chapter, the enemy. So we will take a pause here, and we will basically continue this from the fifth chapter. So there were many interesting gameplay within this underwater, especially. Some are extremely tricky, and it does take some time to figure out where the opening is and how to basically go there. Uh, but I hope you like the video and it helped you also to cross in places where you might have got stuck. So if there are any comments, any suggestions, please drop a comment and do subscribe to the channel. Thank you again for joining, and see you next time.